Welcome back, YouTube. That's right, my name is TayVikes28, and we are back once again after a bit of a hiatus, which I'll explain that in a second. But this is the Toronto Huskies franchise, Week 14 against the Houston Texans, the 10-2 Houston Texans. We got our work cut out for us this week, but before we get into the game, we'll have to have a little bit of an update here. First off, we did take a little bit of a hiatus, about a week or two, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been sick, ironically. You can probably still hear it a little bit, so if I end up coughing at some point throughout this, I do apologize. I will try not to do it as much as possible, but it is what it is. I decided I'm starting to feel better at this point, so I'm trying to finally push forward and finish out this season here for the Toronto Huskies and get through year one. The year one is probably going to be the toughest season for us, hopefully, but we'll have to see moving forward what sort of changes we can see on the horizon for this Huskies team. Now, for those of you that are new here, this Huskies team is a brand new franchise. They replaced the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the new owner of this Toronto Huskies team is Ryan Fitzpatrick, aka our starting quarterback. That's right, 37-year-old Ryan Fitzpatrick, and owner, is the starting quarterback. And as you see, not a very talented squad. They've got some young players that they can work with across this squad, and a few veterans that have been playing key roles this season. But for the most part, it's a lackluster squad in terms of talent compared to the rest of the teams in the league, which is a big reason why they're sitting at 2-10 right now. And we'll jump in and do this upgrade before we get going here. And this is Jalen Thompson, as he's been pretty good since we made a trade for Jalen Thompson earlier this season, and I feel like it's worked out pretty well for us. Not that Lano Hill was terrible. I just wanted to get a cornerstone piece, and I feel like Jalen Thompson could be that type of player for us for the future. He seems to be playing pretty well this season. He seems to always be around the ball. Doesn't matter where it is, in the backfield, in the secondary, wherever it is, he is always trying to make a tackle, which is what I like about Jalen Thompson. And at only, I believe, 23 years old, he will be a nice piece for the future. We're also going to jump in real quick and check out these contract situations. And we are going to try and get Ifedi Adenabo back. I know that he didn't seem like he was interested last time, so we're going to up the money a little bit. We got plenty of it, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to up that salary, both the salary and the signing bonus, and see if we can't get him on a quick little 2-year deal. And he does re-sign with us. So we got some depth now across that defensive front. He's played really well for us as well, which is a big reason why I wanted to bring him back. And ironically, someone else who's been playing really well for us recently, and I think is going to end up earning himself another contract, is Trent Sherfield. That's right, Trent Sherfield. He's been getting... he won us a game earlier this season, so solely off of that, we have to give this man a contract. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a 3-year deal. I'm thinking 3 years, getting him to that 27 age mark. So there's still some opportunity for him to grow up until the end of his contract. And then at that point, we'll kind of see what pretty much his top point will be. So let's see if he can just accept this baseline deal here. 3 years, $9 million, so about $3 million a year. It's plenty doable here, as we have well over $100 million to spend, and he does re-sign. So we get both those guys here, 2 contracts out of the way. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with these veterans here, with Logan Ryan and Delaney Walker. I'm thinking if we give them contracts, that we will do it during the off season. The number will go down a little bit. I think that Logan Ryan's contract should jump down to maybe 11 mil a season or so. And then maybe Delaney Walker's contract, assuming he doesn't retire. There's a good chance he retires. But if he doesn't, we'll have to see if we want to bring him back at a lower price, obviously, with the regression hitting and everything like that. So, and then the rest of these players, not sure what to do with yet. If Fitzpatrick still is in the league, we have to keep him on the team. It's as simple as that. We can't have the owner playing for another team. So as long as he plays, he will be on this squad. The question is just how long will he play? And everyone else is kind of up in the air. I will probably let Tyler Shatley go. He's 29 years old, only a 60 overall, so we're going to let him walk. But other than that, everyone else has an opportunity to get another contract, depending on whether we see the value there. Sorry about that. So now, that's right, we got our kick returner back, Ashton Doolin, the wide receiver / kick return man. He is back, and so we're finally starting to get a little bit healthier, and it is time to jump into this Week 14 matchup against the Houston Texans at the Den. I'm very excited to see how this plays out, and the last time we played the Houston Texans, it was a hard-fought game. You know, it was a lot closer than I think people expected through at least the first half. You know, it was a very close game through halftime, and then in the second half, much like we saw last week with the Detroit Lions, the Toronto Huskies just got overpowered in the second half, and they ended up letting, I think, at least 30 points up in that game, if I'm not mistaken. And eventually, you know, that bend but don't break defense finally broke. But as you see, Ryan Fitzpatrick having a decent season so far. 8 touchdowns. Not a lot of touchdowns. Touchdowns just haven't been there for us. But only 6 interceptions. All right. So as we jump into this game, we will go ahead and Dan Bailey will be the kickoff man for the Houston Texans on a rainy day in Toronto, as we get a nice little return from the newly healed up Ashton Doolin. And now we're going to bring out this offense and Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has a decent season so far, 2,300 yards, not bad. Only 8 touchdowns though. 6 interceptions is you know, very doable at this point in the season. But the 8 touchdowns, that's the thing that's killing us right now. We can't get touchdowns in this offense. As we start this drive off from the 29-yard line, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to hand this off to Patrick Laird, get about 3 or 4 yards there on that first down carry. And Patrick Laird has been getting a decent amount of work this season. As we take a look at this offense, we have a young offensive line, and then a lot of young playmakers with the veteran Delaney Walker, though, in the middle there at the tight end position. He's been really coaching up Jesper Horsted, the tight end number 2, as we've seen recently. He's been playing a big role in this offense. And a nice run here on second down. That's going to get up to the 37-yard line. It's about a 5-yard run. We're going to take a peek at this Texans defense. They got brought over Ziggy Ansah to pair up with J.J. Watt. They have obviously all those, you know, linebackers that have been there for a few years at this point. And then Justin Reed, the young safety, will probably be a staple on this Texans defensive unit for a few years to come. And here on third down, it's going to be a quick throw over to the left-hand side, and that is caught for a first down. First throw is a completion to CeeDee Lamb on the outside. Nice little curl route. Gets 7 yards and a first down. You know, that's fine. We don't have to go for these huge plays every time, but I do want to see us push the ball down the field at some point this game, because on the opportunities that we've been doing that, that's when we've had the most success. Those are the games that we've had the best offensive outputs. And they're going to fake the handoff here on first down to the receiver in motion, and instead it's going to go to Patrick Laird with no gain on that one. Now under center is Ryan Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10, and it's going to be a quick throw, a little bit of a high one, but nice play there by CeeDee Lamb. He makes the catch and breaks the tackle, getting up to the 49-yard line, making it 3rd and 5. So now they got a bunch set to the right-hand side, and it's going to be thrown to the left, though. Nice little lob throw finds his man on the left-hand side. That is Patrick Laird coming out of the backfield. That is going to be a 9-yard reception, getting down to the 41-yard line and in plus territory. Look at that. That's something that we haven't seen a ton of this season, are these just nice, well thought out drives that have been getting first downs, one after another. We haven't had a lot of those this season. So let's see if they can keep this trend going. They're going to fake the handoff here on first down, throw it over the middle to a wide open guy. Not a huge gain, about 3 or 4 yards here, making it 2nd and 7 now. That is Keontae Bonds, the rookie, his first catch in this game. And now in 2nd and 7, it's going to be a nice throw to the outside here on another curl route. This time it's going to be caught on the outside. Well, that's actually, ironically, it's going to be caught by the rookie Keontae Bonds. And also, that's 4 for 4 for Ryan Fitzpatrick right now. And a low snap here, but he was able to handle it, get it off to John Kelly on the handoff, getting only about 3 yards there, though. But still, now it's 2nd and manageable. This is what we're trying to do here. And they're going to try for another draw play there, and that one gets destroyed. That was Whitney Merciless coming in off the edge and just blowing that play up for a 3-yard loss. And now we're back to 3rd and 10. And this is where things start to fall apart. When we get these long 3rd downs that the offense either is unable to convert or throws it too short, that is what has been really hurting this Toronto team this season. So now on 3rd and 10, we have Fitzpatrick dropping back, throwing deep on the right-hand side, and oh no, he had a man. First incompletion on the day for him. That was Keontae Bonds, who went up to make that throw, and as he was coming down, he just gets absolutely bopped right there by that corner, and just the ball just gets loosened up there. I think if it wasn't raining, he might have still been able to come down with that. I don't know though. That's going to bring Josh Lambo out here as we get the first points in the game with a nice field goal from Josh Lambo, making it 3-0. That's right. Your Toronto Huskies have a lead. So we will have to see how this ends up turning out. And I forgot to check my audio real quick. Hate to break into the realism, but I'm going to go do that real quick. On this kickoff, though. Alright, as you see, Deshaun Watson is having one heck of a year. He has 16 touchdowns, only 1 interception thus far, and he was hurt at one point this season. He did miss a few games. They had, I believe, Josh Rosen filling in. So as you see, Deshaun Watson over the middle on first down. Nice completion here, about 13 yards, and that is going to be Will Fuller, who had a decent game last week. And we're going to have to really start to shut down this Houston passing game in order to, keep this a close game. Because if Houston continues to throw the football like they have this season, it is going to be all bad news. There's another throw here on 2nd down. He's going deep over the middle, and that is caught. What a nice play there. Over the middle, nice little threading throw, 37-yarder too. That was a pretty good dime there by Deshaun Watson. And that's Randall Cobb, the veteran, making the play. I wasn't sure if he was going to hold on to that, especially with these rainy conditions, There's a chance that ball would come out, but just like that, 2 plays and they're already at the 25-yard line of Toronto. And another throw here, a little bit of pressure on Deshaun Watson, and he dumps it off, though, to the left-hand side and gets a first down. 3 for 3 for 61 yards. So now it's going to be a pitch here to the right-hand side, and a broken tackle, and that's going to go all the way to the end zone. What a play. That is a nice play there for a touchdown, and they had him for little to no gain here. That was Duke Johnson, who is not known for breaking tackles, but he was able to do it. And that is actually the veteran, Josh Bynes, who just absolutely gets shoved down by I just can't believe that Duke Johnson did that. He's a receiving back. That's what he's known for, but as you see there, making a play. So it took a whopping 4 plays to get them all the way down the field with only about a minute and a half taken off the clock. So, not looking so good for this Toronto team. But if this offense can get things going, as you saw there earlier, Ryan Fitzpatrick a little upset on the sideline, and rightfully so, you know. Like, he was really hoping to get at least, you know, that bend but don't break defense that we've seen from Toronto a lot this season. So Fitz already behind the ball. As you see the playoff picture, Houston easily has this division wrapped up and won. And actually, I believe they have a chance at getting the first round bye for the AFC. And so now here on 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line, man in motion. They're going to fake it to him and instead go to Patrick Laird. And that goes nowhere, actually losing a yard. Sorry about that. Now to 2nd and 11. Look at that. That's just great team defense from Houston. You know, one guy slows him up, and then everyone else comes in and helps out with the tackle. So now it's going to be 2nd and 11, and they elect to go ahead and do a draw. Delayed handoff up the middle, and that essentially goes nowhere. Zach Cunningham, part of this linebacking core from Houston that's been there for a few seasons now. And a nice throw over the middle here on 3rd and 11, complete. Veteran to veteran. That is Delaney Walker on a 24-yard reception. He's showing that he can still do it. Nice play there. Wide open over the middle. Great eyes there by Ryan Fitzpatrick to find his man. That is Tashawn Gibson coming up to make the tackle, but I have to say, Delaney Walker, he's been a little quieter than I expected this season, to be honest. You know, I thought Delaney Walker, as we see a pitch here to the right-hand side, was going to get gobbled up in the backfield. I truly thought that Delaney Walker would have a little bit more of a role in this offense, especially being, you know, he's one of our better offensive weapons. And actually, it's been Jesper Horsted recently that's been making plays, which I'm sure he's learning a lot from Delaney Walker, which is part of the reason why I brought Walker in on this team. But I have to say, this Toronto offense this season has just been questionable at best. So now it's 2nd and 11 once again. And this time they're going to elect to, oh my goodness, elect to throw it there. And Charles Omenihu comes up the middle untouched and just swallows up Ryan Fitzpatrick for an 8-yard sack here. Wow. It's like they just forgot to block him on that play. And he was pretty quick to get to the quarterback there. Nice play by him. Now it's 3rd and 19, and they're going to fake the handoff and throw it deep over the left-hand side, and ooh, that is not going to be a very good situation. Essentially, it was a one-on-one because the safety was too far away to make a play, but not having the not having that inside track there kind of hurt, actually. The corner was in a better position than CeeDee Lamb right there, as it looks like he was running the route better than Lamb. But not a bad throw there, you know, giving your man a chance. I don't hate the play call, especially on such a long 3rd and 19. You know, give your guy a one-on-one opportunity. And a nice punt here, just going into the end zone, though. Matt Hawk, who's been very good, you know, for us this season. And now Deshaun Watson and company, they're going to roll out onto this football field with an opportunity to break this game to a 2-score lead. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to happen. As we have in the gun, Deshaun Watson, all the time in the world, finds a man wide open over the middle, I believe that is Randall Cobb for his second reception, getting all the way down to the 39. Already at 50 yards on the day. And this Texans squad, this looks like a different Texans squad than the one we previously faced. Seems like they kind of learned from their mistakes when they played us last time, and they're like, all right, well, we know what works, we know what doesn't, and they're going to stick to the passing game, it looks like. And we haven't been able to stop it, so why change what you're doing? And here, just after I said that, they're going to go up to the ground for a small gain of about 4 or 5 yards here. And that is, I believe, Floyd Ellis coming in and making the tackle. As you see, they brought in Kelechi Osemele to hopefully, encourage this younger offensive line on the right-hand side to kind of learn a little bit from these veterans on the left. So now it's 2nd and 5 with about 20 seconds left in this first quarter. And it's going to be a quick pass over the right-hand side and bobbled and dropped by the tight end there. First incompletion on the day for Deshaun Watson, and a 3rd and 5, I think the first third down here, as Deshaun Watson is going to throw, and it's going to be intercepted. What a play. Nice play there. The rookie Richie Branch with the interception. Only the second, that's right, second interception of the entire season for Deshaun Watson right there. And it's the rookie making a play. And if he could have gotten outside of Duke Johnson there, that could have been a pick 6. Look at that, just reading that to perfection. What a nice play by this defense, forcing a turnover, and just like that, Toronto has an opportunity to once again take the lead, and they're going to fake a handoff here, throw over to the right-hand side, nice little play action, and what a play there, getting it down to the 27-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 1 when we get back here out of this end of the first quarter. All right, coming back out of the break here, and looks like on 2nd and 1, they're going to go into I formation and unable to get the first down, making it 3rd and 1 now. That was Patrick Laird on the carry. I'll be curious to see what they do here. They elect to go with the run, and they get it. All right, nice play call. Gets about 6 yards there. Patrick Laird, first down. And definitely well within field goal range. Actually just getting to the edge of the red zone here on that play. Nice play there. Good awareness by Patrick Laird to just kind of, actually patience is the better word, to just kind of sit there behind his offensive line, let them do their jobs to get a hole that he can get through. All right, they're going to elect to go to the ground. Again, Patrick Laird with a nice run there. Gets about 7 yards on the first down carry. It's 2nd and 3 now from the 13-yard line, as Fitzpatrick is going to be in the gun here on 2nd and 3 and elect to throw. And he's got pressure, though. Untouched again. That was close to being a fumble there, but instead it was sacked. That would be a 8-yard loss, if I'm not mistaken there. It's unfortunate because that knocks him outside of the red zone. Not that that really means a ton, but definitely makes it... Look at that. That was close. That was close to being a fumble. Fitzpatrick better hold on to that ball. I understand that it's wet right now out here in Toronto, but got to hold on to it. All right, now it's 3rd and 11. In the gun, they have an opportunity to convert this here and keep the drive moving. And he's going to throw it over the left-hand side, and a nice completion for a first down. That is CeeDee Lamb with another catch. His 2nd on the day. Getting down to the 8-yard line, making it 1st and goal now. Garyon Conley, he just got beat. It's as simple as that. I think he thought that they were going to go a little bit deeper on that, and he just settles down on a nice little curl route, gets the first down, and moves the chains. 1st and goal now. Over to the right-hand side. That's complete. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Toronto. Keontae Barnes with the first Toronto touchdown on the day. That's something we haven't seen much of this season. The rookie Keontae Bonds catching a pass for a touchdown. So we like to see. The first ever touchdown in Toronto history went to Keontae Bonds, fun fact. And now he gets another one here against Houston. And just like that, pending the extra point, this is going to be a 3-point lead for Toronto. They turn that interception into points. And the defense has to be happy about that. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick and company, they came to play today. They have been just absolutely beaten up recently by both the media, myself, and everyone else. Like, they have not been able to get the job done offensively. As you see a return here out to the 28-yard line on the kickoff. But they just haven't been able to get it done offensively. You know, they haven't been putting up a lot of points, and if they do get put up points, it's almost always field goals. And I think they've heard enough of it. They came to play today, and they're putting it out there on the football field right now. And just like that, Deshaun Watson, they're going to go ahead and go to the running back here, and that's going to actually go backwards. Bad move there by Duke Johnson as he ends up juking backwards trying to get something there, and Joe Harvey Clemens, if I'm not mistaken, comes up and makes the tackle for a loss. Nice play there. You know, not letting Duke Johnson get the best of him. That's going to set him up on a 2nd and 12 now. And they're going to fake the handoff and wide open in the flat, but they're going deep. They want more. And oh no! Oh my goodness, what a play. All right, so first off, I cannot believe what I just saw. It almost gets intercepted. Nice play by the defender, and then it gets caught, but then dropped. So now it's 3rd and 12, and it's going to be a completion over the middle to the 50-yard line. That's unfortunate. Will Fuller there. But what a play on that 2nd down play. You know, defensively, that's what I'm talking about. Never give up. You know, that's what this defense is all about. They never give up. And on that play there where on 2nd down, you know, a lot of our defenders would have seen him with the ball and they would have just been like, oh no, I gave up the catch. You know, and just tried to get the tackle. But this guy, he wasn't settling for that. As we see here on 1st and 10, they're going to push the running back outside. Empty backfield now for Watson. He's going to go over the middle. Another interception! Another interception by this Toronto defense. That is Joe Harvey Clemens, the man who just made the play earlier on the drive for a loss. And just like that, Deshaun Watson doesn't know what's going on. That is his 2nd interception to date. That's the first time this season that's ever happened. And Watson right now, I'm sure he's going to blame the weather, but this is just great play by Toronto's defense. And Ryan Fitzpatrick and this offense, they're fired up. They have an opportunity now to get a 2-score lead themselves. So now at the 47-yard line, great field position to start off. And a nice gaping hole here on 1st down. Patrick Laird gets all the way down to the Houston 40-yard line. And that is a Toronto 1st down, setting them up with an opportunity here to get into field goal range almost immediately. All right, empty backfield here on 1st and 10. And all the time in the world for Fitzpatrick, finding a man open over the middle. What a play here. That is Delaney Walker still showing off that he's got some wheels, coming over the middle and just running away from that linebacker who had an opportunity. You know, they had an opportunity to come up and make a tackle just past the 1st down marker, but instead he just runs right away from him. Nice play there by Delaney Walker, and just like that, they're in field goal range. not only in field goal range, they're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. This Toronto Huskies team, they're going to fake the handoff, elect to throw, and they got a little bit of pressure all the time in the world, but no one open, and that's going to be a sack. Neville Gallimore with the sack. 2nd and 19 now. That's the 3rd sack today for this Toronto team, but that one, I don't blame the offensive line on that one. I think the quarterback simply held the ball too long. It's unfortunate. A veteran player like Ryan Fitzpatrick should know better than that. You don't hold on to the ball that long. He had all the time in the world to throw the football. I just don't think anyone was open. At some point, you got to just acknowledge that the play is not going to happen and throw the football away. So now on 2nd and 19, they are going to throw it, this time over the middle, and he misses his man. That was intended for Patrick Laird. He just overthrows him a little bit. Now it's 3rd and 19. And they're just going to go ahead and hand this football off. Getting only about a yard. Setting up for a field goal now. Another Josh Lambo field goal. From the 28-yard line. And you know what? I'm not mad at that. With that sack, it kind of put them behind. And I'd rather see them go ahead and get 3 points on the board now than end up trying to make a play, throwing an interception or something like that. And Josh Lambo now gets another field goal, making it 13-7. Toronto over Houston right now. We'll have to see how this ends up playing out. As we get the kickoff, this one not going to the end zone either. They've struggled to get it to the end zone today. And another tackle at the 29-yard line. We got this. All right, Deshaun Watson. You know, he's probably a little rattled. I'll be curious to see if they start relying on their rushing attack a little more. And they're going to throw here on 1st down. Deshaun Watson wide open over the middle. That's the tight end making another reception here. That's Vance McDonald, the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler. Now previously, Vance McDonald had a pretty big day against this Toronto Huskies defense. And what's ironic about that is that's kind of what they've struggled with this season. You know, tight ends have been a huge liability for this defense, and ironically, that's the first reception for Vance McDonald and only 2nd target, as we see a handoff to the receiver here on the jet sweep, only getting about a yard. That is Will Fuller. Now 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. Deshaun Watson's going to have a quick throw over to the right-hand side, and that's going nowhere. Getting tackled in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. That's going to be 3rd and 11 now. That is the rookie Richie Branch coming up to make the play. That's what we like to see. As you see there, Richie Branch realizing it. You know, he's been making some really good plays recently, so I like seeing that sort of development from these young players. Now 3rd and 11 from the 40-yard line. And Deshaun Watson drops back. He scans over to the left-hand side, and that's actually overthrown for his target. And you don't see that from Deshaun Watson that often. He's having an off day today. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. As you see there, he has a man who would have been open for a 1st down if he could have completed that pass. And just like that, looks like it's going to end up being a punt here from Houston. And it just goes into the end zone, a little long here. And Fitzpatrick in this offense has another opportunity. As you saw, you know, Fitzpatrick, he's gotten a little bit of pressure in this game, but for the most part, I have to say I am impressed with what this offensive line has been able to do. J.J. Watt hasn't been a huge problem so far. Now 1st and 10 from the 20, though. Gonna have to have another long drive here, as you see Patrick Laird making people miss. What a play there by Patrick Laird, getting 9 yards on 1st down and just running away from J.J. Watt. So 2nd and 1 now from the 29-yard line, and they're gonna fake the handoff, and nice blitz pickup there. And what a play. All right, so what a play there. That is great, because not only did they complete the pass over the middle, okay, but then they got the face mask from Bradley Roby here at the end of the play. And then on top of that, all right, what a play by the running back on the blitz pickup. You know, that just saved that play, because I guarantee that Fitzpatrick would have been hit on that one if that running back there did not pick up the block. What a play there. And a quick throw to the outside here on 1st down. That gets them inside field goal range, down to the 33-yard line for Houston. And just like that, this Toronto team is rolling. This is the 2-minute warning now in the 1st half. Toronto has 100 yards passing, and they're going to try and tack some more on here. And they do. That's another 13-yard reception to the right-hand side. And now they're going to go back to the running game on 1st and 10, and this one gets kind of swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage, unfortunately. That's Neville Gallimore making another play. As you see, though, CeeDee Lamb, after that previous catch, is back up over 50 yards now. He's been pretty good recently. He's been that #1 receiver that we had hoped that he would be earlier this season. Now high snap here, and they're able to handle it, though, and that is Patrick Laird getting out to the 13-yard line. That should be 3rd and 3 now, as Toronto's just going to go ahead and take a timeout. They're going to talk things over here for this 3rd down play with only about a minute to go. They're going to go with a bunch set to the left-hand side. Fitzpatrick drops back. Man, unblocked, but what a play! That's a touchdown, Fitzpatrick. That is the veteran-to-veteran Delaney Walker. I just talked about how he wasn't involved in this offense as much as I'd like to see. And they have, it's like they were listening to me. They have finally gotten him involved. What a play here by Delaney Walker. And what a play by Ryan Fitzpatrick to have a man coming off the edge unblocked and to just stand in there and make the throw for the touchdown. That's right, another touchdown for this Toronto Huskies offense. And pending this extra point, this is going to be a 20-7 lead right now, heading towards halftime. Now, obviously, Houston has an opportunity to really cut into this lead with 57 seconds still on the clock and 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time for this Houston Texans offense to roll down the field. We saw earlier in this exact game, they rolled down the field in 4 plays, only a minute and 30 taken off. So, could they cut that down to 57 seconds? Yes, they could. So we got to see this Toronto defense step up here again. I mean, they've been doing a great job so far this season and in this game. And Randall Cobb brings this one out to the 26-yard line. So they're going to need to go 74 yards to get into the end zone here, if that's their goal. But if they're just looking for a field goal, much more attainable. So now Deshaun Watson in the gun. I'm expecting all passing on this drive. And that's what they start off here with. A nice pass over the middle. That's going to get... Ooh, oh no. Floyd Ellis, the rookie, looks like he got injured. And unfortunately, not only... excuse me. Not only is that bad because he got injured, as he's holding his wrist. Hopefully it's not too serious. He's heading to the locker room to get it checked out. But that also stops the clock for Houston without taking a timeout. And so now Houston over to the right-hand side, another completion. This time it looks like another 1st down. Houston is going to take a timeout here as Watson is getting this drive off to a hot start. Already towards the... Oh, another completion over the right-hand side. And now past that midway mark. And just like that, I believe that's down to the 41-yard line. Kenny Stills, who had a really big game against us last time, A little quiet. His first catch, as you see, nice protection there. Finds a man on the left-hand side, and just like that, they are inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. A 22-yard reception there, and they're going to have to use that last timeout. They're going to elect to just go ahead and kick the field goal, get the points on the board. And now it's going to be a 10-20 Toronto lead. They still have a chance here with 13 seconds left in this game, or excuse me, in this half. If Toronto wants to push the envelope and try and get there, they do have one timeout. Not that I think they would do it, but you never know. So they're going to go ahead and get this return, see what they can get out of it. Only getting out to about the 26-yard line. So I expect they're just going to go ahead and hand this football off and head towards halftime. With 8 seconds to go, and that's exactly what they do. Just hand the football off. And a very aggressive tackle there by J.J. Watt. Lucky that Patrick Laird didn't fumble the ball. And now, the Huskies going into halftime, they have a lead. That's right, a lead over the 10-2 Texans, 20-10. As you see, this Huskies offense has been rolling so far. We're going to take a look in the rest of the division. Indianapolis is going ahead and bringing Tennessee to town, and Ryan Tannehill getting the job done. They have the Titans up 16-7 over the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to travel down to Dallas now, where the Giants are in town, and Dak Prescott right now is getting smacked around by Tua Tagovailoa. That's right. Tua out there for New York is getting the job done, and the Steelers' new rookie quarterback here is not looking too great. He's got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's down right now to Sam Darnold, 14-7. We'll have to see how that ends up faring for this AFC playoff race. All right, Josh Lambo is going to go ahead and get this kickoff for the second half. And this time they do get it to the end zone, forcing a touchback.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So Deshaun Watson and company, they have an opportunity here to cut this lead all the way down to only 3 points if they were to score a touchdown here. So this is a very key moment for this defense. If they can step up and force a punt or a turnover, as we see here, Deshaun Watson slipping, and it looks like he's going to get sacked, and then it's fumbled, scooped up. What a play! Deshaun Watson, the weather just getting to him. As you saw, he slipped not once but twice, and he breaks that first sack, but then gets hit again and just fumbles the ball, and it gets scooped up by Logan Ryan. What a play there. I believe that is Ifedi Adenabo who forces the fumble, and Logan Ryan, the veteran, who picks it up. What a play right there. This Toronto defense, that is the 3rd turnover that they forced. And now at 1st and goal, Ryan Fitzpatrick over the middle had a man. Oh, he overthrows Delaney Walker. That would have been another touchdown for those two. So now 2nd and goal. They're going to elect for a quick pass, and he just gets swallowed up in the backfield right there. Only about a 3 or 4 yard loss, but still. Look at that. That defense just gobbled him up in the backfield there. And Fitzpatrick needs to get that football off a little bit quicker on that type of a play. So now that's going to set up a 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. It's definitely still doable. But even if they don't score a touchdown here, a field goal, that's plenty good. And they're going to obviously throw it here, and they're going to throw it over to the right-hand side, and that is complete. Touchdown! Touchdown, Delaney Walker. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Did I not call it? saying that Delaney Walker needing to get him involved. What a play in the back of the end zone, coming across, toe tapping it. The veteran, the wily veteran, scoring a touchdown, number 2 on the day. As you see, Deshaun Watson is a little upset. Oh, and it looks like they're going to actually review this. Hopefully they don't overturn it. I mean, it certainly looked like that was a touchdown. He had possession right there, and it does appear that he had both feet in bounds. We'll have to see how they rule this. And they are going to give them the touchdown. So Toronto right now, pending this extra point, is going to have a 17-point lead. That's right, 27-10 over the 10-2 Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson's going to have to come up with some sort of a comeback in this second half if he wants to keep a hold of that first round bye, the number 1 seed, I should say, in the AFC. And another touchback here.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
So with the third turnover from this Houston offense, at this point, if I were Houston, I would just consider starting to run the football. You know, they have plenty of time still on the clock. Just run the football, as they're going to go ahead and do just that. As he gets stuffed, though, right at the line of scrimmage. What a play. This defense has just been playing lights out. And they're going to go with another handoff here, and another play that gets only about 2 yards, as Duke Johnson has nowhere to go. He's set up a 3rd and 8 now from the 27-yard line. Obviously throwing it here, and Deshaun Watson over the middle finds a guy, and what a hit. Huge hit on that. Kenny Stills taking the hit and holding on to the ball, though. It's a first down for Houston up near midfield at about the 48-yard line. What a play. That is the veteran Rashad Jones coming in and laying the wood to Kenny Stills. He's fired up. This defense is fired up. So now on 1st and 10, a quick throw over to the left-hand side, and just what a play to just break that up and force an incompletion there by the defensive front. So now it's 2nd and 10. They're going to elect to hand this football off, getting only about 4 or 5 yards there. Duke Johnson making it 3rd and 5. Again, another 3rd down conversion that Houston needs to get here. They're going to elect to pass it over to the right-hand side, and they find a man for a first down. That is Kenny Stills with his 3rd reception now. As Richie Branch coming in and making the tackle. Despite letting up the play, he does come in and make the tackle to try and, you know, get back into the good graces, I guess. So now with Deshaun Watson under center, it's going to hand this football off over to the right-hand side. That is A.J. Dillon. Only about a 1-yard carry there from the rookie. And another handoff here to A.J. Dillon to the right-hand side. And this one gets only about a yard. Setting up a 3rd and 8 from the 37-yard line as Josh Bynes, the veteran, comes up to make that tackle. And they're going to send a blitz here, and what a play there by the Houston offensive line. It almost looks like they had a man flying over the edge. I don't know if they tripped him or what happened there, but they do complete that pass. But unfortunately, Rashad Jones, well, I guess fortunately for Toronto, depends on how you look at it, he was there to make the tackle short of the line to gain. At the 34-yard line, this is going to be a 51-yard field goal attempt. And this is blocked! The field goal is blocked and scooped! And returned to the 44-yard line. Ifedi Adenabo with the scoop coming off the edge. who was that on the... I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see who blocked that. But what a play. This defense is just continuing. That is Raquel Armstead, the running back, who comes in and blocks the kick. The defense has been great. The offense has been great. The special teams even has been playing well. And just like this, they're going to, fake a handoff and throw it over the right-hand side for a first down. Why not? Everything seems to be working right now for Toronto. And Ryan Fitzpatrick has to be smiling, A quick throw over their left-hand side. It looks like that was just a little bit overthrown. Probably for the best, as it was definitely a contested area right there. And 2nd and 10, they're going to go ahead and hand this off. What a play. Broken tackle there by Patrick Laird, getting himself all the way down to the 34-yard line. It is now 3rd and 1 with an empty backfield here. And a quick throw over the right-hand side, but unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit short there, actually, by Ryan Fitzpatrick. So it is 4th and 1 from the 34-yard line. Definitely within Josh Lambo's distance here. And that's exactly what they do. They bring the kicker out. Let's see if we can make the field goal. And it looks like it is good. Barely. Josh Lambo just barely sneaking that one in there. But still, that field goal is good. That puts the Toronto Huskies to a 20-point lead. 30-10 right now for Toronto. This might be the highest score that we've seen from this Toronto team. And at this point, Houston just has to be disgruntled. They finally got into field goal range, and it gets blocked. Deshaun Watson's probably wondering, what else do I have to do? As they're going to fake the handoff here, and this is going to be a sack on Deshaun Watson. Ifedi Adenabo, who just got that nice payday, comes in for his 5th sack of the season. That's what we like to see. Nice play there on a play-action play where Ifedi Adenabo just gets around the edge and grabs Deshaun Watson and throws him on the ground. So now this is going to set up a 2nd and long for this Houston offense. And as you see, this defense, they're just... they're a little angry right now. I mean, the offense hasn't been helping them out at all. And another play action here. And some more pressure on the quarterback. And another sack. This time it is Quincy Williams coming in. And just like that, Toronto is the one who seems to be getting the pressure now, with 3 sacks of their own. 2 on this drive alone. And now it has got to be 3rd and an absolute mile at this point. And it is 3rd and 26 from the 7-yard line. We'll have to see what Houston decides to do, as they're going to go ahead and just dump this one off over the middle for about a 3-yard gain. Josh Bynes all over that. Nice play by Bynes to make the tackle. And now it is 4th and 24. From the 10-yard line, you got to see them punting this. I cannot imagine they're going to go for it. But they are down 20 points. And they are going to punt this football away. Brian Anger coming out, punting from his own end zone. And nice play there by the return man. Going to get that up to the 36-yard line. So decent starting field position for this Toronto Huskies offense. So now in I formation, I'm expecting them to start to salt this clock away with the rushing game. And they're actually going to elect to throw it, and he gets the football off, and that is complete over the middle, CeeDee Lamb. And he just got sandwiched between both the edge rushers, but he somehow gets that ball off to CeeDee Lamb. What a play! CeeDee Lamb going up and making the catch over Garyon Conley. What a play. This Toronto team cannot do anything wrong right now.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
So now Fitzpatrick over the middle on a quick throw. That's going to be another first down to the 26-yard line. It's a 14-yard reception there. And Toronto has 250 offensive yards right now. Nice day from them offensively, and that's Keontae Bonds with, I believe, his 4th or 5th reception on the day. This is the type of play that we have would like to see a little more of this season. This is against a great team, too. All the time in the world for Ryan Fitzpatrick here. He tries to throw a little bit of a floater there to the left-hand side, but that one gets knocked down by the Houston defense. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line, and they're going to go ahead and hand this football off right up the middle. Plenty of room here, getting down to the 18. It's a gain of about 8 yards, making it 3rd and 2 now. And a throw to the end zone, and that's a touchdown! Touchdown, Toronto! What a nice throw. That is CeeDee Lamb with his first touchdown on the day. What a nice little floater over the defender, between two defenders essentially. Ryan Fitzpatrick. As you see, this defense is fired up right now. Josh Bynes, they're loving it because they haven't seen this from their offense in quite some time. We've seen this defense play well almost all season, and the blocked extra point gets scooped up by the offense, but unfortunately, that means the score is going to be 36 to 10, a 26-point lead instead of a 27. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. As that is Josh Dobbs with the heads-up play to recover that. And another return here from the goal line gets out to about the 28-yard line. And Houston is set up for pretty much a last-ditch effort. Because if they can't get any points on this drive, I think it might be over. So if Toronto can continue to play well, this is nice because we finally see the total team performance here from a Toronto Huskies team that we know has talent. As we see man in motion, that's where they're going to go, and absolutely gets demolished in the backfield. Will Fuller losing about 3 yards. Ifedi Adenabo combining with Jalen Thompson on the tackle. Nice play there defensively. So now 2nd and 13 from the 25. And they're going to fake the handoff and throw it over to the left-hand side. And Deshaun Watson just inaccurate, missing his receiver there. It's now 3rd and 13. And Deshaun Watson's going to drop back here. He's under pressure, and he goes down again. That is Quincy Williams. Another sack. 2nd sack on the day for Quincy Williams, and I believe the 4th sack for this Toronto defense. And Deshaun Watson just had nowhere to go with the football there. Either nowhere to go, or maybe he was just a little too hesitant to throw it after throwing some interceptions earlier in the game. So Brian Anger, looks like they're going to go ahead and punt this once again. And this time, this is going to be a pretty good return up to about the 43-yard line. So great starting field position for this Toronto offense, who has another opportunity to put some more points on the day, or on the board, excuse me. And CeeDee Lamb today, over 100 yards, finds the end zone, is the leading receiver for this team by far. And in I formation, they go ahead and elect for a pitch here, and going backwards. Not sure what John Kelly was thinking there, as that's a 7-yard loss. Maybe that is why he doesn't get as many opportunities as Patrick Laird. And just the blocking just wasn't there on that play. As you see, they were trying to just do these little chip blocks, and guys were just jumping over them. So now it's 2nd and 17. But they're going to elect to just go to the 4th quarter here. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, the Houston Texans right now are down 26 points to the Toronto Huskies. 36-10. And Toronto, they're going to elect to hand this football off on 2nd down, making it 3rd and 18, as it looks like they get gobbled up behind the line to gain. So now, this is going to be a long 3rd down. I'll be curious to see if they just go ahead and try and run this football and just concede to punting, or if they go ahead and try and get it. And it looks like they are going to run the football. Gets a pretty good run here, about 12 yards, making it 4th and 6 now from the 47-yard line. And Patrick Laird has looked pretty good today. You know, he's had some really nice openings on some of those draw plays, and he's been able to find those openings pretty quickly. And another punt that is just too far. It goes into the end zone. Matt Hack struggling a little bit today with the wet weather. So Houston, just under 10 minutes to go, again comes out here. Starts with a bunch set to the left-hand side, and Deshaun Watson is going to drop back. And he's under pressure again, and again gets sacked. That is Quincy Williams, his 3rd sack on the day, and 5th sack for this Toronto defense. And it looks like Quincy Williams has just been beating the left tackle. I believe that is Laramie Tunsil, if I'm not mistaken. He is struggling today, as Quincy Williams has just been repeatedly abusing that side of the offensive line, and you see the frustration on the sideline right now from Houston. Now under center, they're going to elect to have some extra protection this time, and it's going to be a completed pass because of that. Down to the 21-yard line. Still going to only set up a 3rd and 9, though. Vance McDonald with his 3rd reception on the day. A high snap here, and they're going to go ahead and... no. They're going to go ahead and hand this off, but they're going to get the 1st down anyways, because Toronto's going to give it to him with a face mask. The rookie Terrell Beckwith. That's just a rookie mistake there, as he brings him down by the face mask. Gives the Toronto defense more to have to worry about now, as they're down to the 35-yard line. And they go with a quick little pass here to the right-hand side for about 5 yards, as he steps out of bounds. Duke Johnson does. Now Deshaun Watson's in the gun, empty backfield right now. And he's going to elect to throw it over to the right-hand side and finds a man. What a play. I think that is Will Fuller going up and making the reception for 23 yards. What a play. Rashad Jones coming in and making the tackle, despite being the one that lets up the catch. I mean, that's not terrible coverage there, but that's just a great play by Will Fuller. Now 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. High snap here. They're going to like to hand it off as Duke Johnson shoving people down, getting out to the 35-yard line. As you see, this Toronto Huskies team, they have 4 takeaways today after not really having a whole lot this season. And Houston is going to have another incomplete pass here as Deshaun Watson tries to force one in. It looks like his receiver may have slipped in his route. So now it's 3rd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Watson, with all the time in the world, shoots a nice throw over to the left-hand side. That is going to be complete for about 21 yards. Will Fuller again. That is his 5th reception. That is Nick Needham on coverage, who has been getting beaten up recently. And it looks like the speed just got behind Nick Needham on that one. So now it is 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And Houston's going to fake the handoff, have all the time in the world, and find a man. That is a touchdown. Coming back to the ball, that was Will Fuller to make the catch. Slips down just outside of the goal line, but is able to reach across and find his way in there for a touchdown. What a play there. The effort from Will Fuller as he slips out of the end zone and has to come back. And as you see, it just crosses the plane there and makes the touchdown. Nice play by Will Fuller. And that's going to be a, finally, Houston touchdown, getting up to the 17-point mark, making it 17-36. So it is a 19-point lead for Toronto. And Dan Bailey is going to go ahead and kick this one off deep. I wasn't sure if they'd go for the onside kick or not. And some pretty good kick coverage there, getting them down at the 24-yard line. And you see this offense coming back out on the football field. Very successful today. They're nearing the 300-yard mark in terms of total offensive yardage. And they're going to go for the handoff here on 1st down. Just protecting that football is Patrick Laird, who gets down to the 28-yard line after a 4-yard carry. And another handoff, this time up the middle goes Patrick Laird, getting a 1st down to the 37-yard line. And he has finally hit 500 rushing yards this season after that carry. So a decent year from Patrick Laird. He just hasn't had the efficiency necessarily, but he has made some nice plays this season. Now 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off again up the middle. Nice hole here for Patrick Laird, who gets about 12 yards down to the 49-yard line. And now he's over 100 yards. This might be his best performance this season. Maybe even his best performance in his career. So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. They're going to put a man in motion, fake it to him, but hand it off to Patrick Laird, who gets spun down by J.J. Watt, who actually loses a yard. Now it is 2nd and 11 from the 49-yard line. As they're going to elect to throw it here, and a nice play to, I believe that is CeeDee Lamb with his 8th reception, if I'm not mistaken. And he just gets in front of the defender there to make the play. 8th reception, 116 yards on the day. And another first down. As Toronto goes ahead and hands it off to Raquel Armstead, who blocked a kick earlier in this game. He gets about 1 yard. So now just under 3 minutes to go. And Patrick Laird making a little bit of room here. Getting out to the 38-yard line. And on 3rd and 9, they are going to throw it over to the right-hand side. This one going to be incomplete as it is thrown out of bounds. Ryan Fitzpatrick unable to get to his man. So now it's 4th and 9 from the 38-yard line. This is going to be a very long field goal if they attempt it. I would not be surprised if they elect to just punt this football away. And they're going to go ahead and give Josh Lambo an opportunity. A 55-yard attempt for Josh Lambo. And it looks like it's going to be just short. So it looks like he needed another 2 yards or so, maybe, to get that one in. Alright, so that means that this is going to be a Houston offense with good field position to start this drive at about the 45-yard line. With just over 2 minutes to go. And Deshaun Watson is going to throw on the move. Finds a man over the middle, though. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. That is Kenny Stills with another catch. So now Houston, who really hasn't run the football at all today, probably will continue that trend. As another completion to the right-hand side, this time to the tight end, who gets about 3 yards or so. And this time over the middle, finds a man again. This is, I believe that is Will Fuller with another catch. He's really heated up at the end of this game. And Deshaun Watson just dumps this one off over to the right-hand side, gets about 3 yards as his running back runs out of bounds. That's going to be 1:17 left.
Right there. Set. Let's get that ball, let's get that ball right here.
So now empty backfield, and Deshaun Watson's going to take this, have a decent amount of time in the pocket, but now time is running out, and he gets sacked. That is Terrell Beckwith with the sack. Now it is 3rd and 18 as they're sending a blitz here and scrambling in the pocket, throwing it deep, and that is going to be knocked down. Deshaun Watson giving Will Fuller a chance. And now it is 4th and 18. They are in field goal range, not that they would necessarily want that. As what a play here by Richie Branch to just bat that ball right out of the hands of Will Fuller. And they are going to go for it here. 4th and 18. Deshaun Watson spinning around, drops it off short, and nowhere close. Only about a 5-yard catch by Randall Cobb there. And this defense continues to play at a high level for Toronto. That is Logan Ryan coming up and making the tackle. Alright, so now Toronto looking to ice this game. Finish it off, only about 42 seconds to go, so I expect him to just hand the football off to finish this game. And that is exactly what happens here as Patrick Laird gets about 5 yards, and Houston's not even trying to take timeouts. They know it's over. And that's going to end this one. Final score, Toronto 36, Houston 17. That's right, Toronto just beat the 10-2 Houston Texans, and your Huskies move to 3. That's right, 3-10. And just like that, this is a great opportunity for this Toronto team to show and to prove that they are, in fact, able to compete with some of these better teams in the NFL. And just a great day from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Over 70% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns. Didn't have a ton of yards, but he didn't need to. He was very efficient today. And also the defense set him up with some nice short fields. And CeeDee Lamb making big plays, 2 touchdowns for none other than Delaney Walker, who I was just talking about earlier in this episode, and then Keontae Bonds finding the end zone as well. And Patrick Laird with his best performance to date with over 100 yards on the ground. So very good stuff there from your Toronto Huskies. And I have to say, I'm very impressed right now from this Toronto team. I did not expect to see a win at all. And you know who we didn't see really at all is Michael Pittman Jr., the man who was really pivotal over the last game or two, or last couple of games, I guess. He just didn't really get to play much of a role. He was sort of buried with Keontae Bonds coming back. As we're going to go ahead and continue to upgrade some of these guys. And Michael Pittman Jr. up to a 71 overall. Like to see what he can end up doing for this team moving forward. As you see, he's got the capabilities. Just got to work on some route running. And I think he could be something special. As Patrick Laird gets an upgrade. Gets a little bit faster, helping out his elusiveness as well. To an 87 speed. And just like that, your Toronto Huskies... Oh, we did get an injury here. We'll check that out. Your Toronto Huskies, though, 3-10, beating the 10-win Houston Texans. And let's see what this injury is. It is Floyd Ellis with a shoulder tear, as he is out for 4 weeks. As you remember, he did go to the locker room about halfway through that game. That's unfortunate because that should end his season, essentially. He was playing really great for this Toronto team, making all sorts of plays all year long. So now it is Terrell Beckwith. It's his turn to step up and make some plays. But until then, I believe that it is time for us to go ahead and advance this to next week so you can see what we have in store for you. As it is the Oakland Raiders, and we have a breakout player. So we'll have to see who the breakout player is next week. So make sure to tune back in to see who that is. And the Oakland Raiders, sitting at 6-7, they are hosting us. We'll have to see if we can go travel across the country of sorts, I guess. Not exactly across the country, because it's different countries. But going to Oakland here on the West Coast and see if we can get a win. It's going to be very intriguing to see. Real quick, an update on the standings right now, if you're curious about that sort of stuff. We're going to look division by division here. As you see here, close race for the NFC West. Really the only team that's not in it is the 49ers. And then for the East, Giants have already won that They are the best team in football right now at 11-2. As you see, the Redskins with only 2 wins, looks like they might end up with the #1 pick. Not your Toronto Huskies, unless something turns around, as they've lost 7 in a row. And now the Atlanta Falcons also won their division in the NFC South. Really, the NFC South was just a down year for them for the most part. The Falcons seem to be the only complete team out there. And then the NFC North, very competitive race at this point. Technically, everyone except for the Bears are really in it still. So even the Vikings could make a comeback if they continue their winning streak here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then looking at the AFC, though, here, we have the really competitive AFC West, as almost every team is above 500 except for Oakland. So we'll have to see if the Chiefs can pull that one off. And then we have the AFC East, which is a 2-team race between the Bills and the Jets. The Patriots not doing too well here in this one. So that'll be intriguing to see which one of these teams end up, both with young quarterbacks, ends up taking the crown there. And then the AFC South, as you know, the Houston Texans are technically haven't won the division because we just fed them a loss. Tennessee could come back and make a run, but I'm going to give it to Houston probably. And then the AFC North, very competitive one here as well. 3 teams with winning records. The Steelers are the only team that are out of it. So overall, not bad. We are sitting at the #2 pick right now. So we will pretty much be guaranteed a top 3 pick. At this point, it's just a question of how these other teams end up finishing off and if we can get any more wins. You know, I'm not going to hate the idea of us getting a couple more wins. You know, those are fun. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're a lot of fun to commentate for you guys. So the Toronto Huskies getting some more wins, even if we lose the top, 1 or 2 in the draft, I'm fine with that as long as that means we get to see some more W's. But in the meantime, you'll have to tune back in next week to see out who the breakout player is for your Toronto Huskies, as we will be facing the Oakland Raiders in Oakland next week. Until then, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.